bitch, I'm from Pomona, nigga. Whoop gang bang and sell dough. Turn a quarter piece to a hoe to a four. 4 to a 9, 9 to a 36. Baby do magic, Kasi turn tricks. I'll pistol whip a nigga before I get pussy whipped. Big homie got a scoop on the inside lick. Bitch, put it in the bag, made it look fabulous. And I can tell you by the high speed chase, say new burner out the box, nigga.
How you doing? I'm doing good. Can I get like a bacon cheeseburger?
Bacon cheeseburger combo or just a burger?
Let me get the whole combo.
Alright, what kind of drink?
Let's go with a Sprite.
Okay, that's
the
all.
light ice. You feel me?
Yes, I feel you.
No, hey, no lettuce.
No lettuce.
No pickles.
No pickles.
Hold the roaches.
No burger.
Here you go.
685.
685.
These my niggas, that's how we ruling this shit. Running, smoking blunts, pumping pump, and punkin' chumps. That's how we doing that shit. Fucking niggas up real bad.
The hearts of man be coated in icicles. What you need a hug, what you need a little tickle. I keep loose change, you know I keep a nickel. Played it 4-5, that'll have your hospital. Blow the whistle, foul on the play. This nigga out of bounds, he working for the DA. Trying to get a deal, fake hating on the real. You know I'm trying to eat, you know, stack a few meals. I'm alright, I ain't sick, the flow's ill. Run circles on the track, I don't treadmill. Bring the shit to life, most time it gets killed. You in the presence of a G, so respect Neil. Don't put your life in jeopardy. Fear factors when your face in front of the semi. Families view when your wheels cost a fortune. And I'm focused, man. Machine in motion. Don't drill. Ain't nobody else spitting like this. Down to come from the shoulders in the hill. Leather seats, wood grain on the wheel.
I got sucker repellent on me, homie. Now what you saying? I represent the city, Pomona, no we ain't playing. Why you looking mad? Cause your baby mama a fan? I don't do the perking, no baby, I don't do Zans. I was pushing down Gary, headed right to the turf. These niggas looking shady, could tell they was on alert. Then I hit the USA, cause I know the clerk. Used to be at All-Star 2, we sold the work. I keep money on my mind and all my niggas do. Fly in with a gang, yeah, we the fucking truth. Mafia boss, Pomona Dre, this ain't nothing new. And when I step up in the spot, these niggas better move. Yeah, a blind nigga said he see me on the top. A deaf nigga said he heard this when it's drop. I'm a guy that don't stop from the cream of the crop. Janitor, pop up on the scene with a mop. I get green from above, they on my D by the flock. In the trap, what you need, homie? Tree or the rock, don't get seen by the cops. And you gotta pay the game to put your feet on this block, nigga. Don't trip, don't trip. Ain't nobody else bustin' like this. That's why your bitch tryna function with the crib. I keep some blue tips loaded in the clip. Don't trip, don't trip. Ain't nobody else spittin' like this. Politicking niggas sticking to the script. That's why your bitch tryna function with the cribs.
Don't drill, ain't nobody else spitting like this. Down to come from the shoulders in the hill. Leather seats, wood grain on the wheel. Don't drill, ain't nobody else spitting like this. Down to come from the shoulders in the hill. Leather seats, wood grain on the wheel.
Yeah, shout out to my homies YD and Vet. Welcome to the Goob Show. I'm gonna have to play that video again, man. It seemed like my shit was lagging. Was it lagging to y'all? I see you vibing up in here. I'm not sure if it was lagging on y'all side. It was lagging real a whole lot on my side. First off, man, I want to appreciate all the people that have been checking out my little YouTube videos that I've made. I like that type of shit. My platform as I tell a lot of people, what's up with your OG Steve? Crip Double S, what's up with you? My cousin. That's right. I'm gonna play that video again. The homie YD the Vet featuring Pomona Dre. I like that shit. Don't trip. And like I say, I think it was lagging a lot. Get back to my UFO thing. I post a lot of videos on YouTube mainly because I'm interested in UFOs, man. I've always told my homies, I've told other people, you may not believe in it, you may not, that might not be your cliche, but when you do see it, I just want you to remember, hey, that nigga Goob did say that shit is out there. There's a lot of people who say it, we just shake it to the side. So if a person is on my platform thinking that I'm gonna talk totally about gang shit or something, that's not my platform, man. I'm like a jack of all trades. I can talk about a lot of shit. A lot of people might not even fuck with me when I start talking about religion, because I'm gonna have a show talking about that. I don't, particularly believe in that. Let me change that. I don't believe in the names that's within the Bible as far as the names. There's parts of the Bible that they put in there that I do believe on. Ezekiel's will. They took out a book called the Book of Enoch. There's different things. Why? Because they have that extraterrestrial additive that would make it more believable. I always say in religion, I always get mixed up from the beginning. When you start off telling me there's a talking snake, that kind of, throws me off. But anyway, tonight I got a couple homeboys that's supposed to come on. I'll send them the link when they come in. At Vibing, who the rapper that was in the intro, that's the homie YD the Vet. Another person that's rapping is Pomona Dre. I think he's from Angelo Mafia. I don't think he's from Angelo Mafia. And the homie is from the South, the Village. YD the Vet. He got a few songs, man. Check them out, man. Go to their Instagram, YD the Vet. I think Pomona Dre's is Pomona Dre. But yeah, as I was saying, my channel is, you got to be a jack of all trades, man. I can talk about gang shit, but I can't talk about gang shit outside of LA. I mean, outside of Pomona. I grew up in LA, and it's crazy how I even got to this platform type, wanting to have a YouTube channel. Because I wanted to talk about my neighborhood and how we grew up. We were, considered the outskirts. Pomona is 30 minutes from LA. However, I grew up in LA for 14 and a half till I moved to Pomona. And I don't know everything about Pomona. And so that's why I'm opening this channel, to talk to people that's been there pre-me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, when did you start doing what you were doing? It was way after 78, 79, 80. Our generation, me and my fellas and homeboys that I grew up with, we go into the early 80s, mid 80s when we started coming out. Our whole generation. However, there was something before us, pre-us, before it turned to what I would consider 778 gang, Southside Village. There was something different. So I like to bring people on that can talk about the days pre-me. I can talk about a lot of things in LA because I grew up on all sides. It's crazy because I was looking at Kev Mack video when he had the Gear Gang on there. And they started talking about Smiley. Smiley is the first house that I ever remember as a kid living in. I think it was 72 to 74. We stayed on Smiley and Hauser, like 3 houses from Hauser. maybe 4 houses. I can't. That's way back. I was 6, 7 years old. But then I moved to Baldwin Hills. If you notice, they were sitting and having the interview in Baldwin Hills Recreational. I don't believe when I stayed in Baldwin Hills on Carmona, which is probably the only whole block of apartment buildings in Baldwin Hills. I think it was just Baldwin Hills Junior High, and I believe they must have made the park behind it because it was a big grass opening before when I was growing up. I don't know. I just tripped when he said Baldwin Hills. When they sold Baldwin Hills Recreational Park, I just don't remember it as a kid. I believe it's not old, it's not new. It had to probably come up 75, 76, or 77, something around there, because I just don't remember it then. But I was a kid, so I didn't really go outside of those projects that were on Carmona, but over to Baldwin Hills Elementary School. And then my Catholic school was in right next to the Jungles. I mean, if anybody in the Crenshaw district ever looks up on the top hill, there's a big cross on the top of that hill. That was St. Bernadette School. I went there for 8 years before I even moved to Pomona. So I started catching a bus from Carmona. That had to be 3rd, 4th grade. So I've said this probably before on one of my lives. I was like, when the Warriors knew how to get back to their hometown by using the trains, that's how I was with the buses. I knew every single route basically in LA on those routes. But like I said, I can't talk about the gangbanging part of that. I can't talk about it, and that's what fascinated me about the Kev Mack videos and all that, because I was getting history for some shit that I was willing to die for. I was willing to die for Southside Village. No doubt. Anybody that you run into will tell you that's how I lived that life. But I can only talk about that life and those friends that I had there. I can talk about friends in LA and all that. I can't talk about the gangbanging aspects as far as it goes with LA. Now, I seen it growing up. One of my grandmothers stayed on 49th and San Pedro. You can walk right out for a porch and look right into South Park, the tennis courts. You can see the tennis courts right from her park. I seen a lot of things that went down in that park. But at the time, all my niggas was from Pomona. But let me stop, man, because I like to, that I got so many people that finally came in, see what I'm doing. S-Dog, Skunk Dog, what's that? SD Skunk Dog, what's good with you? JBG, I appreciate you. Cowboy Crystal, Hitty God, you made it in here again. I appreciate y'all coming. Like I said, I'm supposed to have a couple of my homies that come on. Some of them be, nervous about coming on live, so hey, I have to do this myself till I call them and get somebody on. Nicole Parker say, Goob, was you busting heads back then? Back then when I was growing up in LA and in the 70s, and I was just in LA until 78. I moved to Pomona. 78 and pre that, I wasn't busting nothing. I was going to Catholic school, worrying about what bus route I was going to get on to avoid any confrontations that I was going to have. I didn't have brothers or gangster uncles or any of that. I had none of that. Me, single parent home until my mom finally got, my step pops that was there for some years. It was just me and her. So I had to grow up, and that's why I started catching the bus so early. There's a picture that's in my way. I can't see the chat. That's why I was catching the bus so early, because she had to work. She couldn't take me to school. So I had to catch the bus to school. I was what they basically called a latchkey kid. I was a latchkey kid. That's where I was getting into things that she didn't know about. Because if you allow me to go to school, catch the bus at 7 o'clock, hey, get to that bus stop, I'm going to work. I get there, I've got to go to school because I'm going to Catholic school, so they going to call if I miss any day. But if I left and got out at 2:15, and then I got to my house at 2:45, and she didn't get home until 6 or 7, oh, I knew the game already. Because back then, we didn't have video games. We had none of that. So you had to get out to know people, or... Man, I cannot get this thing. There we go. You had to be out in the street. You had to be outside. You couldn't be a kid growing up. After I moved from Baldwin Hills, well, Baldwin Hills wasn't as bad. We had it. I learned a lot at Baldwin Hills. Like I said, I had these friends called Pookie Pee Wee. And they was a little older than me, and they had me doing all type because I was the young cat in the crew. In their crew, I was the youngest cat. I was always the lookout guy. Watch here, we're gonna do this. If anybody knows about Baldwin Hills, on behind Baldwin Hills was Exposition, if I'm not mistaken. But Exposition had nothing but like bread plant, another cookie plant. It had a whole lot of plants on that street behind Baldwin Hills. My niggas used to go hit them plants. I was a lookout. I was the youngest cat. I had to be 7, 8, something like that. They would hit them. They had the bolt cutters and all that, and that's what I speak on. If anybody knows about Baldwin Hills, they had, before they built the park that's off of La Cienega. When it goes up La Cienega, that all was like oil fields and just fields, but they had a motorcycle, just motorcycle trails and all that, where all the motorcycle people went up there and did that, right next to the dam and close to La Cienega. Man, we used to run all through that. But yeah, they used to hit the little businesses. I used to be the watch out. I didn't really get in. Moms didn't know because I had to be in. Unless it was the weekend. The weekend, as a kid, you could kind of stay out till 9 or 10 if she knew who you were with. Pookie and Pee Wee and them stayed right next door to us, so they knew wherever I was. They just didn't know the things that they were doing. She thought I was square because I was a Catholic school kid, so I was kind of a square. What's up, Rob Shapiro? I see you up in here. What you say? It was unheard of for kids to be in the house back then. Old people would put you out and make you go outside. That's true. We didn't, back in our era, them 70s, man, all we had was the TV. We didn't have no video game until, Atari came out with the little Bleak game. Nobody was really interested in that. You still had to get outside. Somebody hit me. But Saturdays, after the cartoons, you might look at a little karate, or you might look at Soul Train. That might have came on at 10 or 11. But after that, man, the whole day was the streets. The whole day was finding out something to do. Nowadays, you can't get a kid to go outside. My kids don't even go outside. It's too hot. It's too hot. Then my mom moved to 28th and LaSalle. Now, Baldwin Hills, when I stayed in Baldwin Hills, I could catch one bus straight to school. Straight to the Crenshaw district, boom, walk up Marlton, boom, I'm at school. She moved to 28th from LaSalle. Now I had to catch multiple buses. Now I had the decision. Either I catch the bus that I usually catch and then that's going to Baldwin Hills, get off on Rodeo, catch a Rodeo bus down to La Brea, catch La Brea bus down to to LaSalle, which is on the other side of Western, get off and walk down the street or so. Or I could walk through the Crenshaw district. I wouldn't have to take but 2 buses. I would have to walk through the Crenshaw district, get to Crenshaw, and at the time it was Santa Barbara. It's Martin Luther King now, but it was Santa Barbara then. I think it was a Church's Chicken or something like that right on the corner. You catch the bus right there and then take that bus to Adams and Adams down to Western. The problem with the bus that went to Crenshaw was, if I'm not mistaken, the junior high school was Audubon. Audubon was a public high school. I'm a Catholic, going to Catholic school, so I got a uniform on. Blue pants, white shirt. Every day. Nothing less, nothing changed. So I had to go there. However, this was like a 15-minute space or less time to take me to get home. So it was this girl that was in our class. I'm in the 8th grade at this time. I kind of like, that's where she was catching the bus at. So I was like, F the 3 buses, I'll catch the 2 buses with her. The thing about it is that if you black and you young, you do not go to the front of the bus. You got to go to the back of the bus. If it's crowded and kids in there, you still make it to as far as you can, not to look like a square. Because if you stayed on the front of that bus, you was considered something a square, or I don't know. So anyway, I started catching that bus there. That was another route that I learned. And then we moved to Pomona after that. Now they have mini buses. But my grandmother, all my family is in LA. So I had to learn those bus routes from Pomona to LA. I started doing that more. The link ain't working. Hold on. Homie trying to get in. But I said all that to say I don't know about that. I just know about schooling. Pomona is something different that I know about. I know about my neighborhood, growing up in the 80s in my neighborhood, because I know the origination of the hard gangbang that started is my era. I know a lot of people. We're only a 15-mile radius. Pomona is basically in a 15-mile radius. From east to west, you might go from Kellogg Hill to Indian Hill Boulevard. It might take you 15 minutes to get that distance. So from north to south, from south to north, if you were going from Reservoir to, let's see, what is the top of it? I have to think of the street for the top of it. It just had one of those Biden moments. But in actuality, it's all in a 15-mile radius. So you know a lot of people know you. I can't speak on the west side of Pomona, nor can I speak on the north side of Pomona. I can only really speak on the south side of Pomona. But I know people on the west, some good, some bad. I know people on the north, some good, some bad. But I'd rather regulate myself away from talking about anything other than my neighborhood. You know, I'll talk to other people, but I want to initiate the people that I grew up with to my platform first. Another thing is with this channel, man, you might get me talking about you. Like I said, UFOs one day. But religion, politics, stupid nigga shit, South Side shit, anything. I'm gonna be all over the board. I put it that way. If you roll with me, you roll with me. I mean, nothing when you have only 140 trying to gain some subscribers. You know, it's hard when you are that type of person that jumps around on subjects. I know certain people are looking for certain things. I just think I'm a jack of all trade, master of none, so I try to do a whole lot. So, what you say, Ronald Jackson, Crystal? Nah. Oh, that's y'all in conversation, huh? What's up with you, Ronald Davis? I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Coming in. What's up with you, Doug? Hold on, y'all, for 1 second. Alright, my bad, y'all. Trying to get my homeboy in here. I'm going to send him the link. I'm going to send you the link right now, J-Dub. Ronald Davis, you say y'all was living reckless. A lot of us were. You know, for us, man, it was that we weren't that big. We didn't have a name or anything when we came out. The West Side, they had already had their name as far as the first, because there's 2 West Side sets. Centown Trade 57, they had their establishment already. West Side Mafia Hatton, they came out a little later. The Islands had their. The Village, we had it as far as the Village. But once it got to the mid to late 80s and beyond, it was a totally different Village. It was Village Crips, and we had to do everything that we could because we were basically outnumbered. Hence why we have 778 Hate Gang. We were hated by everybody in it. I mean, it's cool that we I guess they would say get along. Some people do. I don't really know. I can't really speak on promoting business now in this era because of the simple fact I'm not out there. I only hear what my homeboys say or something like that. What you say, Skunk Dog, Nintendo? Yeah, everybody's had it, you know. But Atari is like the first with the bleeps. Oh, let me send this to homie. Link. Yeah, that Atari was our first little. They could link. Dub, go and hit that link, homie. It'll bring you in. I don't know what's up with 40. Yeah, but Skunk Dog, Atari was already. I mean, then Nintendo. Then what? When did PlayStation come out? Or happen? What does mature have to do? What do you say? Being a family emergency. Oh, okay. My bad. That's in chat conversations. Let me get to some of these. In hindsight, true. What are you saying? We were living reckless in hindsight. Yeah, I think everybody I think everybody looks at it like that. Like me, like, nigga, you got lucky. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of us that say, hey, we got lucky. Outside of saying, oh, we were blessed. Some people say that. Some people say, man, you got chances. You know what I'm saying? How many chances do you get? Some people like cats, like lives. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get chances. And some people, man, will strike out in their first one. That's the cold thing I think about life. I think I told my daughter, she had sent me something 2 days ago, and she was talking about what Tupac was saying when he was in jail. I wish I had this to bring it up. And when he was in jail, he was talking about the violence out on the streets and such not, and gangs and stuff like that. But like I told her, Pac was Brenda's Got a Baby, Dear Mama. You know, he had some political. After he got out of jail, I mean, he just went straight gangster. You know, straight gangster. But he shouldn't have been in the gangster. I mean, he should have kept it as music wise. When he got into, like I wrote her and texted her, I believe when he jumped that broom and started gang banging, he went all the way out with it instead of his music. You know what I'm saying? How did 25 years since his passing? How long were they mourning? Yeah, how long were they mourning? You know what I'm saying? He was a cold rapper. I just believe when he crossed over and got into gang shit, that was the demise of it. So I was just stating to her what he said in the interview when he was in jail was totally different from when he got out. Because even prior to him getting out, he was already dissing and whatnot. But like I say, I love him. Nigga, shit. That's a California rapper. My kids can't understand that type of rap like we can. They with this new generation. This new generation is way fucked up. You know, I thought our generation was bad, and everybody wants to talk about how bad it was when gangs was around. Okay? These dudes is like 10 times worse than what gang shit is doing. I mean, they back then in the 80s, 90s or whatever, we didn't talk. I guess it's the social media. Let's change it. I think it's the social media. And we didn't have that. These niggas tell on themselves right on social media, and it's like it ain't even a big deal. The cowboy say, what you say? In that 70s, 80s, weed was a devil's drug. Things are different. Shit, in the 70s, 80s, you still had motherfuckers snorting cocaine, popping pills. It's no different than drinking. It's no different now. It's just 70s and 80s. They kept it within their crew. There was no social media. People didn't really hear about it. But shit, Richard Pryor blew himself up. Freebasing. Wasn't that in the 80s? So, nah, they was doing. I'll say something. My uncle, Tony, I was 6, 7. I believe he was 24. He had one daughter, my cousin, Andrea. You know what I'm saying? But he passed in my grandmother's house. shooting heroin. They had shot him up in both arms. Instead of taking him to the hospital, they took him to my grandmother's house. And he died. I don't know if I was named after him. We have the same first name. I'll just put it that way. He was the youngest son, my mom's little brother. But they put him in the house instead of taking him to the hospital. They put him on the bed, and he OD. Ended up dying off his own vomit. How they would say that. And I think it's only me and my oldest cousin that's 1 year older than me, are the only two that I think will visually. Because I remember standing in the door when the paramedics was, you have that vision like, hey, that's a, you don't know what it is until you get older. Like, oh, that was a gurney that was coming out of the room. So it was prevalent back then, is what I'm saying. People was ODing back then. It's really no different now. I think it's different because back then you didn't have but a person had maybe a shotgun or a little Saturday night special. Now you got people with Uzis. I mean, bales holding 20, 30 rounds. So I think that's a little different. Plus with the drugs and all that added on to it. What do you say, Ronald? You don't care what era it is, okay? For instance, I know parents that have boundaries for kids to go outside, not just sending them out the house. Go past the fire in the top shelf. Okay, I understand what you're saying, but you have to give an idea of what age or what era you coming from. How old are you? Are you talking about this that was occurring in the 70s and 80s? Yeah, they might have said that, but their ability to stop that from you going to the fire hydrant and all that, they had to be around to stop you. But back then, if you working and you are only child, then how are they gonna stop you from going past the water hydrant if they're not there to see you? I don't get that. Sending an 8-year-old out the house in 1970 seems exactly like putting them in harm's way. Are you see? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so what you telling me that my mom had to not go to work or go to work late to take me to school when there's one bus that goes directly to the school? There wasn't all this gang violence in 75 and 76 that there is now. So I'm not understanding what you're saying. You might not do it now with your kids, but at the same time, our era is different. A lot of us were out there on them streets 7, 8, 9 years old. We weren't banging or doing anything of that. We were just mischievous kids in the neighborhood. There's no way that you could be in a big a neighborhood of nothing but little young black dude, excuse me, and you wasn't coming out the house. I don't care what block you were on, but you was gonna have a whole lot of shit talking to you at any time that you obviously decided to come out the house. If your mama said, well, you can't come out the house but on the weekends, nigga, you came out that yard on the weekends and kids around the neighborhood see you like, damn, that's a nigga can't come out the house. He can't get off the porch. So I think that you're talking in a different theme of how you see what you need to do is let me know how you secluding your kids in at 8, 9, 10 years old. You can only give them so much. If it's a 2-parent house, then maybe y'all could do that. Maybe your girl or your wife, watch the kids while you go to work. Unless both of y'all sitting at the house, you're not going to be able to stop that. No, I don't care what age a kid gets. especially back then in the 70s and 80s. You know, we were known as latchkey kids, and most of us were out on that street. Or you wasn't coming out too much. Yeah, exactly, Western Ave. See, I wasn't a house nigga. You know what I'm saying? I was one of them runaway slaves. That's why I'm known so much. I don't, listen, my oh shit, I'm speaking of my words. Notoriety will not consist of a person that was in the house or didn't come out or didn't hang. I'm known because I want to go everywhere. Sometimes it didn't work out for me the right way. Sometimes it was okay. But you can't see and learn nothing staying in one place. You never can have a knowledge of nothing if you're stuck in one section, one area, one block of streets. You'll never learn that. You'll never gain anything. That's why a lot of people want to leave and go. They don't realize going to the service is going to be something effed up once they get there. But a lot of them want to escape to go get out of the country or whatnot. Yeah, OG Classic. My mom always telling us, take your ass out till the lights come on. Get out my face. And that's how it was in our era. They wanted us out the house. You know, I can bring my cousins on here. We used to go, my grandmother worked at, she was a maid in Bel Air. The Joneses. The Joneses owned a part of Hughes Aircraft. I'll give you a prime example. Murdoch is the one, when he just bought that house in Bel Air, he just bought the Joneses house in Bel Air. So my grandmother was gone all week. Only on the weekends did she come home. Friday, Saturday, and she went back to work on Sunday. All the kids, all my generation of kids, my cousins, I'm the oldest male of my cousins, first cousins through my mama and her brothers and all that. Every weekend, our mamas and them dropped us off for years. I mean, until 80-something, and even beyond. But up to 80-something when we were young kids, our moms and parents dropped us off at our grandmother's house because they were young. We have to understand that when I think of my mom having me at 21 years old, if I'm 4, 5, I mean, she's still young. She wants to go out just like any of us want to do the same thing. So when she went out, hey, where to take her? I'm going to take her to my mama house. Then all my cousins, they coming to my mama house. So every weekend, my grandmother stayed on Vermont and Melrose. Vermont and Melrose is only 5 blocks from Hollywood Boulevard. So we were able, because we were under our grandmama care, who was going to go to sleep like 8 or 9 o'clock, the 6 or 7 of us were able to walk all the way to Hollywood Boulevard on a Saturday night, go all the way down until, I mean, if we starting at Hollywood Boulevard on Vermont, and we can walk all the way down to Vine, Hollywood and Vine, that was a good hour walk. And then we would come back home. Hey, you know, maybe ding dong ditch a person next door to her house, and then run in the house. You know what I'm saying? And my uncle was always the babysitter. He worked for Universal Studios, so he had nothing but time. I mean, at that time, my uncle, I think, was making $30 an hour. You know, so he used to take us hamburger places anywhere we wanted to go. You know, so I had a good life. Excuse me. But that was really moving. So when you say that, y'all a whole lot of abductions back then, but they wasn't stealing niggas. Look at the abductions. Nigga, that not until Atlanta when that nigga kidnapped all them kids in Atlanta. Nigga, wasn't nobody kidnapping no black kids in LA. Yeah, you gotta bring up a news article for that, homie. You can't just throw that up in the air. I didn't see a whole bunch of black niggas wasn't getting took. You think I'm with 5 other motherfuckers you just gonna kidnap? What the fuck I'm supposed to be doing while you kid? Nigga, run. do something. We weren't in that lifestyle where we, you know what I'm saying? So you know, homie, I keep going back and I keep answering your questions, your dumbass questions, but you know, to me it seemed like you baiting or doing over. You don't have any fucking common sense of what the fuck I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go on. OG Classic. I did want to bring you, since you came back, it would be 25 of us at grandma's house all summer. Hell yeah. And walking distances. Nigga, I remember one time, me and my cousins and my uncle's friend, we went to MacArthur Park. They used to rent skates. So my uncle's friend rented all of us, all my cousins, it was 6 of us, my uncle, him, and my uncle's girlfriend or something. We skated all the way from MacArthur Park all the way to Hollywood Boulevard and back. It was a whole day trip. A whole day trip. But wasn't nobody thinking about, oh, we on skates, a nigga gonna snatch a nigga up. Man, I don't know where that's that weird shit that started coming down. There were kidnappings, and like I say, it wasn't too many nigga kidnappings. But OG Classic, you were asking a question last night on my live about the UFO. I was waiting to see when you was gonna come in because you were still confusing me about 235,000 miles and the difference between, what did you say, 245 million miles. I didn't get how you don't realize that what you were saying was wrong. So if it's 235,000 miles to get to the moon, it takes there to get 3 days. 385 million miles, it takes 9 months to get to Mars. That's why they're not sending people to Mars, because we ain't been able to last going through light years for 9 months. What they're doing is a study right now with 2 twins. One is in the space station and one is in Earth. The one in the space station is going to stay there for a year, and it is going to come back and they're going to measure. I'm not sure if they came back or he didn't, but they're supposed to measure his bones and do all that. So they couldn't steal his nigga who whooped that. Yeah, Western Ave, wasn't nobody, not no 70s and 80s, man. Nobody was just driving up and they get in the car. You know, these kids that stay in the fucking house, that didn't know them streets, that play these video games and think that's how the fuck they gonna get out of shit. That's them niggas getting kidnapped and all that shit. Poly class, that's when video games and all that, her ass got kidnapped. It's just like kidnapping a kid. Where you gonna take a nigga? You just ain't gonna take a nigga. You gonna have to take a nigga 30, 40, 50, 100 miles away. You just ain't gonna be able to take a nigga around the corner and say, I'm gonna lock this nigga in the house and he right around the corner. No, nigga, that's why niggas was out in the street at 8, 9, so I know how to get back home. Fuck. Yeah, you know, school they measure. That's what they gonna do, cowboy. That's why they have him up there in space for a year, and then they gonna, when he comes back after that year, they gonna take his bone density against his twin, because they got the same mass, bone density, all that. So that's how they'll say. Because right now our bodies can't handle. Just think. If you go to Mars and it takes you 9 months to get to Mars, it takes you 9 months to get back from Mars. That's 18 months that you finna lose, that your body is finna lose any life of any regular, what is it called? Because you could be floating, what I'm trying to get. So that's how it's easy to go three days just to the moon, you know, stay up there however, and then come back. I have some shit though that I found on the internet, man. This dude that has a lot of pictures that they tried to shut him down of a lot of things on the back of the moon. if you would have looked at the video last night, it showed that they have structures on the back of the moon. That's why I spoke on it, a few months ago. But it is true. What'd you say, cowboy? Crystal Brim say 8 to 9 years old, I was cutting up potatoes and making hamburgers then. Yeah, man, we was in a different generation in our generation, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I know when I started catching, when we moved to Baldwin Hills, which had to be 75, 76, and I was catching a bus, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing but 15 cents then. I think it was 10 cents and 5 cents for a transfer, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe somebody can look it up. It ain't hard to find, but I believe, at that time, Thrifties was selling 3 scoops of ice cream for 15 cents. Or that may have been a quarter. Somewhere around there, 15 to 25 cents. So some of my memory is gone. A lot of it's not gone. Let's see, Goob. I didn't think of people can live on Mars because it would be too long to create an atmosphere. There's no way to stop solar flare. But cowboy, do we know that? That's why they have. Okay, I'll put it this way. It's uninhabitable, like the Earth at one time. Years down the line, we gonna be inhabitable. That's why they trying to get off here and find some other place that has life or has the ability to have life. First of all, we killing our planet with this climate change. We've done everything to try. We're throwing everything in the river, the sea. Eventually, it's gonna get hotter, more fires, more earthquakes, more crazy rains and storms. What generation, how far you think our generation will go? Even though we're a young planet, certain things can happen. Our star could burn out after 100,000 years, but that's generations down. What? Say 100 years, 200 years. Our technology is going to be more advanced, but our Earth ain't going to be worth nothing because we ain't trying to stop the climate change. Let me see what this. Let's see. You had a crazy ass 70 babies post Vietnam heroin addicts. Then y'all fucked several generations post. Nigga, what the fuck? See, I y'all turned out right or better. I'm just saying. Yeah, nigga, you was a troll, guys. But I'm gonna let you stay, cause I ain't got very many things. I'm just gonna avoid your fucking conversation. Because you don't make any fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? Post-Vietnam and all that shit. Nigga, that's our grandparents, man. My uncles and all them was in Vietnam. So what the fuck are you talking about? Crack babies is after us. After our parents, homie. Everybody we had the free generation. That's ours, the 60s. Was our parents. You sound fucking stupid as fuck. And I wish I could block your ass, but I don't know how to do this shit right now. I'll find a fucking way. You know what I'm saying? But 25 cent, what you say there, SD? 25 cent Thrifties when I was a kid. 3 scoops with the sugar. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I used to get my Thrifties right. I used to get my ice cream right there on Rodeo and La Brea. That Thrifties right there across the street from what is it called? I can't think of it. It'll come back to me. Right down the street from Dorsey High School. Let's put it that way. Because Dorsey High School is the first. See, that's why I say my mind be going crazy. But it was a park behind there. My first baseball game was there. I learned how to swim at Dorsey Pool. I stayed in that area for a while. Generation X, the ones that fucked up the planet. Yeah, homie. I think I found the way, my brother. Before I send you on your way, homie, fuck you, feed you fish on Friday for fun, nigga. Fuck you. He's a dumb motherfucker. Generation X ain't did shit. I try to let you stay in this motherfucker, but fuck it. That's alright. We'll keep it moving. But yeah, that's how I stayed in that area for so long. J-Dub, nigga, if you still looking, I'm gonna send you the link again. See what you talking about. There go the link. Y'all give me 1 minute. Hold on. Alright. My bad. Yeah, I had to kick him out, man. He had to go. I tried to be real reasonable with the dude. But them youngsters, man, they have their own, agenda or whatever. So, I don't have enough subscribers to get me some moderators. But damn it, when I do, I got a few of y'all in mind. Because y'all got the same mentality as me. Get them gone. You know what I'm saying? Get them gone. As Loco would say, nigga, night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me see. I sent out a couple links. My niggas is here. I don't know what he just a whole goofy. Yeah, pretty much. Troll. It was cool. I seen him a couple times on a couple of my other videos. And he seemed cool, and he just kept asking I think the stupidest thing that he said was that our parents send 8 and 9-year-olds outside. Man, I wish I could get my 8 and 9-year-old kids to go outside. I sure would put their ass right on outside when they were 8 or 9. They're not 8 or 9 no more. But man, get out and learn something. Sometimes you got to be like like that wandering dog or that cat. Let a cat out and he's been in the neighborhood. You just let him roam around. Try to leave that cat, go down the street, take that motherfucker, come right back to your house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, OG, he was angry about something. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I was talking to you. Let me get my ear on. I was talking to you, and you were asking the questions, about the distance and all that about Mars. You weren't taking it angry, or I wasn't taking it angry. That you kept asking me the question. Obviously, I knew you were thinking of something that you didn't understand. Him, I took him at. That's how he was treating it at first. But after a while, I seen he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing 2K20 basketball or football, skunk dog. I used to be on that football. I can't really play that basketball. I like that baseball. That baseball is tight. I always try to make my picture Randy Johnson size, but built like Fernando Valenzuela, thinking that it'll pitch. So he about 6'9", 350 pounds. Think he'll throw pretty good. So I was thinking about how long it took to get to Mars. Yeah, I gotta say, I had to Google that because I didn't know for a fact, but it's 9 months. So you could just imagine. That's why I tell everybody when I do speak about UFOs and all that. If we can't get to something, but it can get to us, you must assume that their technology is way more advanced than our technology. Because they go in light years. So if something is 50 light years away and you getting it, it's taking 50 years or more to get to us. But they getting to us. We can't go past the moon. And for some reason we stopped exploration of the moon. When you think that if anything that you want to try to get to, I don't know if maybe the resources aren't good up there or what not, but when you continuously want to go to the moon, maybe put some satellites that you can stick in the ground, or to talk to the next planet farthest away from us, to do anything, build something on it, try to build something, anything. Nah, for some reason we just ain't going back. And that's what the problem that I have. Why we not going back? There's something there that I obviously either not letting us do it or we fearing about it. Just like I came up with a video is, why are they bombing the moon? And I'll have a video maybe next week or something. Because in between me having these lives and whatnot and talking about Pomona, I'm still going to do my UFO videos. I'm going to continuously do those, whether people like them or whether people don't. It doesn't really... I got a platform. I'm going to do what I want to with it. Eventually I'm going to get into the religion thing because I might be considered an atheist. I'll go with that. That's not a religion, so if that's the case, then that's what I am. But I think everything that goes with UFOs and goes with religion stays the same because it's in the Trinity. And if anybody thinks about the Trinity, everything goes in threes. And they, even in the Bible, even in with the UFOs, you see most of the time 3 orbs together. The 3 pyramids of Giza are in the same alignment as the 3 stars on Orion's belt. Orion's belt significance is blocking Sirius, where the Dugon tribe say we came from. It's a lot of things that I'll speak on with that. Anyway, let me get to some of y'all, what y'all talking about in the chat. He's 14. Damn, the nigga, how did you get back in this motherfucker, bro? I thought I blocked you. This nigga say I suck now. Why? Okay, why is you watching me? Did you give me a like or you give me a dislike? Let me just ask you that. Which one you getting? I never claimed to be the best. But why do I suck? Hey, you just want to talk shit. We're going to keep you on just so when I give OG Classic Jones a wrench, he can send your ass on your way. I've been trying to. I don't know how to get this nigga off. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be about the dumb. And you have the audacity of talking shit, nigga. And you got, what color hair is? Nigga, that's not your real hair. Niggas, you dye your hair? You dye your hair, Really? A nigga talking shit and he dyes his fucking hair red. Come on, Stop it. That's that new generation shit, see? You niggas always want to talk shit, man. Just kick back. You'll live longer, homie. You can't fuck with everybody on the internet. You gonna live long, I'm telling you. Unless you get cancer from smoking cigarettes or something, or you just happen, you'll live longer leaving people the fuck alone. Especially coming on my platform. Nigga, I ain't got but 140 subscribers, nigga. Did you subscribe to my channel and you talking shit? Or you just on here trolling? At least subscribe to my channel and then talk shit, nigga. Get me up to 145 or something. Do anything, nigga. I don't give a fuck. What'd you say now? We some real killers. Nigga, please. Stop it, nigga. Anybody can kill, homie. Don't get that shit twisted. See, what you young niggas fail to realize is that niggas be allowing y'all to get off first. See, when you fucking with an older nigga's not gonna let you get off first, my nigga. I can see you coming a mile away because you talk too goddamn much. That's your fucking problem. You niggas talk too much. Kick back, homie. I say, you'll live longer, man. Don't give me no platform over this here. You're dumb. Tough with his fingers, huh? Yes, sir, Western Ave. You tell him, Vibe, well, respect who he doesn't do shit to anything. Yeah, man. I'm just talking my little shit. Well, I don't know what the fuck he mad because I said I was out on the streets at 8 or 9 years. Nigga, I'm still living. I didn't get kidnapped. I'm still here. I'm not mad that I was out there at 8 or 9. Why are you mad? That's what I can't understand. Why are you mad, man? Please tell me why you did. I give you a like, though. That's cool. Respectable. I respect that. But nigga, as soon as it change, you could change it to a dislike. Because nigga, I don't like you. I'm just allowing you on here because I don't have the ability to get rid of your ass or ain't learned it yet. But don't worry, I'ma find out within still talking to your dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting the link, the truth. I don't even know where to look. Oh my God. Look, I'll keep going to my message. It's in the... Jada, listen to me. Where you're commenting at, I'm sending the link to. Just click on the link. Let me show you. That link right there. I'll be just click on that link. There it is. Or type that in your Google thing. Fuck it then. Yeah, fuck it then, nigga. Can I find out how to... Okay, let's see. I can't put you in hating old ass nigga. I keep showing your shit because I can't figure out how to get your stupid ass. Let me put you on timeout for a little while. You alright. I'll put you on timeout. You've been blocked for 5 minutes. You'll be back. Look. Oh, did you scroll up? There's a link in the chat. Hey, tell you, Dub. Can you see it? Anyway, I knew shit like this would happen, that I'll get fucked with. I'm not that good. I'm just starting off my channel. Don't got that many subscribers. I'm fine with it. That's why I'm fine with a nigga being able to say whatever he wants to say. I can only take so much of it. Yeah. Nigga crack baby for show. Show bust. You know, man. I don't know where they get them from. Boy, but I see why others go off when people stay in the chat with the bullshit. You know, even because they don't like what you saying, like, you know. But everybody has a story. Mom always say that everybody has a story. What does your story affect another person or others? Shouldn't worry you if that's their story. Unless it affects you. Unless you in that story. You know what I'm saying? Final Frontier is ass. Yeah, Skunk Dog, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna allow this nigga here. I just don't have the, I tried to block him and the nigga came back with another link or something. I don't know what the hell happened. But he sure tried to come back in. Let me see what kept coming on. So he'll be back in about 2 minutes, and I'm a dynamite his ass or something. Moonwalk the fuck out his ass up out of here. So I don't have to see him. I see him on somebody else's channel. Because I don't know where the nigga came from in the first place. Dub, are you still looking? Homie, I done sent the link a couple times, homie. Oh, it's all good. Anyway, who y'all, what's y'all teams out there, man? The first week of football is coming up Sunday. Who y'all rooting for? Of course, I'm rooting for the Steelers, so. And we underdogs to the Buffalo Bills. I don't think the Buffalo Bills is that good. We 6.5 point underdog. If I'm not going to take that 6.5 points, I might take a teaser and get that extra 6 points and have it plus 12. I just have to spend a little bit more. Nah, I think I know how to Final Frontier. I think I must have hit the wrong button and put him on timeout. I'll wait for his ass to come back in. He don't watch pro sports. What you watch? College sports? That's why you was with the two teams? Or what sports you in? Shit, I watch Michigan football and boxing. Well, Michigan football, I don't know how good they gonna be this year. Any good? Cowboy say he with the Jags. Yeah, I got a homie that's with the Jags. I want to put me a little. I like that sports gambling. Like the horses. I'm definitely gonna have me a ticket for football. I know I'm putting the Steelers. Some people say, well, I'm going with my heart and not. Well, Buffalo might beat us, but I don't know if they're gonna beat us by 6.5. Not the first game that I'm going to teach. That's the problem with first week sports. It's just like college football. It's hard to bet on college football the first week because you never know what a team is. I can't believe that Central Michigan? No, not Central Michigan. Beat up on Kansas the way they did. Kansas was Big 12 team against a little team that just basically came out in 2003. But man, they have shot up the ladder. I'm not sure how good. I think Big 12, they're all moving to the. Well, it was Big 10, Big 12 moving to the SEC or ACC. I'm not sure. Not a fan of the coach or the quarterback. So you just a Jaguar? Well, that's how I am with the Steelers. With the Steelers, I ain't I'm near Harbaugh getting the golden boot with the egg in it. Yeah. I'm a Jets fan. I'm not expecting much. Hey, but you still a fan of that team. Like me, I'm a Steeler fan. So win, lose, or draw, I'm still a Steeler fan. I don't care who lead. Listen, I have a 84 T-shirt with Antonio Brown on it. I had just bought it a few months before he got kicked off the Steeler team a year ago, or the year before that. And I don't care about that. He didn't play long enough for me to keep his shirt or even wear it. He ain't a Steeler no more. I only wear a person that either retired as a Steeler or still is a Steeler. Other than that, I can't wear your Steeler jersey. This nigga here that came back, nigga, let's see if that'll work. Now I think you blocked for good. Now you have to come back. I don't even want to read it. Bye-bye. I need to get a good one. Like how Loco has Night. I need to get a goddamn good one when I start. You know what I'm saying? I'm already getting haters, nigga, and I don't even got 200 motherfuckers. I don't even got 150 subscribers. I I'm already getting hate, and I ain't got but 150 subscribers. I don't even got 150 subscribers. I think I got 143. Let's make it exact. Next time I go out and come back in, I'll be exact. It's either 134 or 143. And I'm already getting fucking trolled. I don't get it. Don't go on nobody else's channel either. I don't, nigga, respect your elders. Yeah, I hope if y'all see them on anybody else's channel, you know, the homies that in the, you know what I'm saying, that most of the maniacs in Winter Circle fuck with. If y'all see him in there, man, y'all wrenches in there, man. Get his ass out of there too. Don't allow that nigga to sweet talk or say some cool shit after the nigga that came over here disrespecting. You know what I'm saying? So he can go on about that. Plus, just because he didn't like what a nigga said. No, I wish I could go back and look at the thing because it wasn't even that. It was that because he wouldn't believe that we was out on the streets at 8 and 9 years old in the 70s. That's what's crazy. You gonna tell us and say we wasn't outside? Man, we was outside. These niggas talk about we outside. No, nigga. Kids with no video games or nothing else but their mama or their grandmama in the house. Them niggas was outside. We was outside as kids, dude. I don't care what nobody say, nigga. We was outside. That's how a lot of us got into shit that we got into. Because we was outside. Now, only time niggas is outside, they gotta be heated. They gotta be strapped. They gotta be with a crew. Nigga, that's not being outside. Nigga, that's not being free. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. That's not. You know what I mean? But everybody want to be outside. Oh, okay. I don't. I like the inside. I'm good. Yep. Well, get it specific, D in Western Ave. 143 subscribers. Nigga, that's how many I got. I'm cool with it. Already got a troll with 143. Woo-wee. I bet not get over 200. Bet not. He need to watch Crooklyn. Hell yeah, Hey, you know what the funniest thing about Crooklyn was? Anybody goes back and look at Crooklyn, there's gonna be a scene when they dance into where they looking at Soul Train, and the little dude is doing the robot like this. Oh man, that shit is the funniest shit on Crooklyn. Yes, sir. What'd you say? My generation, everybody was outside. I was born in the 90s. Yeah, the 90s too. I'm saying, you know, it got it really bad in my kids' generation. You know, I had my first kid in 96. Man, in the 2000s, bro, you can go outside right now, man. You hardly see anybody outside. Any kids, rather. You know what I'm saying? But it may be where I live at. It may be different. I don't know. It wasn't as bad as, as good as we had it back then of getting out. That's the only point I was saying. But I think every generation, you wouldn't know what you was doing if you didn't get outside or go outside. That idiot was just talking about being out. Your parents let you out at 8 or 9 years old. They couldn't stop us. You know, they tried their best, but you had to be in the street the whole Saturdays and Sunday. That was our time to get out there from 11 or 12 o'clock or whenever. As long as you was there, the street lights, you was good. Now, if they went and partied or something, hey, you might be able to extend that street light time by an hour or two. You know? Yeah. What it say? Goob, to throw, scene, and do the right thing when they had to dance off in their hair salon. Yeah. And the good and bad hair. Yeah. It's a, you know, back then those shows, what you call it, was real. Basically political with the, do the right thing and what's the other one? I can't think of it, man. I told you I'd be brain dead sometimes. So one of y'all come up with it. Spike Lee made another movie that was real political like that. Oh, Crooklyn. We talking about Crooklyn and Cooley High was the shit. Cooley High was the shit. Because Cooley High was, a lot of us got that song from Cooley High at the end. They shouldn't have even. Oh man, yeah, Cooley High was the shit. I think the funniest part was when they was fucking with that monkey, and that monkey took his shit and threw it on him. Dude had to catch the bus all the way back home with smelling like shit. Yeah. School days. Yeah. But School Days was based on, what they still have now, light skin against dark skin. We the same thing. We both black, but light skin battle against dark skin. That was, I think, the whole preference for School Days. To show that we still had differences within our race. Light skin, some felt that light skinned people was better than the dark skinned, And then once Denzel came in, you niggas, dark skinned niggas took over that shit. Like, nah, nigga, all the dark skinned niggas look better than the light skinned. Nigga, the light skinned shit played out. None of us played out. You might have just played out your game for getting a certain female that you want, but ain't none of that shit, If you got a gift of gab, I mean, shit, you could be dark, ugly, shit, short, tall, you know what I mean, if you had that gift of gab. As a cowboy, we can't draft, play, or kick a field goal. Any of y'all do the fantasy? Anybody do fantasy football? I play it all the time. There's another thing that I don't know if y'all notice us on ESPN. It's something called The Streak. Look on ESPN on The Streak, and they give you you can play for free, and you just pick. You make a pick every day. The highest accumulation of picks, say you 20. The highest might be 21. 21 will win the whole. I think they pay $3,000 every month, but it's free to play. What's up with you, Corey Bird? Appreciate you coming in. I appreciate it. I didn't say what's up to you, Western Ave. I seen you when you came in. I think I've been commenting on a few of your things. Just give you an acknowledgement. I appreciate y'all coming in. Like I say, I'm just learning this here YouTube name, man. So I'm gonna be all around. You might see some videos come out on UFOs. You might see some videos under the Goob Show come out about religion. I have some lives. Goob, you ain't sipping on that? Yeah, right here, my Steelers cup. Man, I'm sipping on something. You sipping on something? You got some conversation you want to come in here and talk about on me? I keep sending the link. I'm going to send the link again. There you go, J-Dub. There go the link, cuz. Hit the link, cuz, and you can come in. Yeah, Skunk Dog Colorism. That was the whole thing of School Days. Well, that's what I took out of School Day. You know, it's just another show that I took that I like. I can't remember the name of it. It was with Ice Cube, and it was. I always look at this white dude different because of what he played in that movie in college. Remember, he didn't know where he wanted to be. He was confused. He was moving over. He tried to go with the blacks. They didn't want him. He tried to go over here with the girl. They didn't want him. He ended up with the racist group. And what was? No, he still ain't hit the link. Western Ave. He still ain't hit the link. Higher learning. There you go, Crystal. Higher learning. That was a good one. But every time I see, dude, what's his name? He be going off too. On his IG, he be going off. Especially he used to go off on Trump, like, yeah, Michael Rappaport. There you go. Mike. I always look. I see what he's saying, but I always remember him from playing that part. You know what I'm saying? He played a hell of a part because I always remember. They say if a person plays a part good enough that you remember him for that fucking part, I remember him for that fucking part. You know what I'm saying? He was racist as shit. Cool. We can play FanDuel and DraftKings. I've been playing since yesterday. Hey, Skunk Dog, you know they got a what y'all need to do is it's called BetMGM. They just brought it out here in AZ, and they give you $200 free. The first 20, if you go on now and sign up, the first 20 you got to play that on a Sunday football game. The whole $20, and then they give you 4 $50 packs. You can play. I think I just lost mine. I don't know because I took Kansas plus 22, and I think they asked the loss, but I came on live, so I didn't see the end of it. But they give you 4 packs of $50 to play for free. So check it out. If you in AZ, check it out. It's called BetMGM, and you can sign up for free. Anybody try it. I mean, you get $50 free, man, to bet. I mean, $200 just to bet. If you even don't know how to bet, try it out. Shit, you might win some money. You know what I'm saying? I think they have damn near every bet that you can name. I think I took one of my $50 ones and put it on the Steelers to win the Super Bowl. Did I do that yet? No. I know I took 50 for the Steelers to win plus 6.5 against Buffalo. So we'll see how that turns out on Sunday. Y'all know, so if y'all looking at the Steeler game and we lose by 13, no Goob lost his money. You know what I mean? Pittsburgh win, no Goob won his money. My nigga Dub, you still up in there? You know what I'm saying? Anybody up in here from the South, man, or Pomona, man, up in here, you just lurking up in here, man, just give a nigga a shout out in the chat, man. Just show a nigga that you up in here. If not, look at it later then. Look at it later. I'm not seeing no more chapters. Higher Learning is the last one I seen. But yeah, those are a couple places. Now I play on Bovada. I like Bovada because I can play poker. I like to play poker as well. And Bovada gives you the option with the poker play. Poker is a good game. Has a lot of amenities. Chess is another game that I play. I like to play. Especially J-Dub. He know I play that pretty swell, don't I? You know what I'm saying? Oh, while I'm in here, man, it's basically been talking about Pomona's thing, man. I want to say free my homie Yahoo. Matter of fact, all the Yahooies. Big D Capone, free my nigga, been down for a while. The homie Huff, been down for a while, man. It's time for him to come to the house. My nigga Dead Eye Tim, you know what I'm saying? I know the situation for you, my nigga. But you get see you in a few years, I'm pretty sure. My nigga Lil Dre, ain't seen you in years. For anybody that's on here that's hearing, nigga, that ain't no clout chasing, nigga. I know all these niggas personally. You know what I'm saying? Friends of mine. Grew up with. I just thought I shot that out. Michael played in Zebra, Texas. Because you keep saying you ain't got this shit and you doing this for a month. My God, this is my time with your back or ass. I'm telling you, it ain't working for me. Duh, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Look, what I sent you in the message. Go to Google. Just come out of YouTube. Go to Google and type in StreamYard / what do you say else? And you know damn well I'm sipping on some apple vodka. Well, see, then you drunk. You can't blame it on me, homie. You were intoxicated. I can't help an intoxicated. I can't help an intoxicated person. If you driving and you drunk, I can't help you get out that DUI ticket. You got to drive that car. You're driving the car. I just sent you the link. Look, the link that I sent you in the message, homie. Just go to Google. Type exactly what you see right here coming in this chat. Type that in the Google bar at the top, and you'll be in the background. Anybody can tell me what this movie is I got on in the background? See? I can't play no chess or pinochle, huh? See? My boy though, my homie, Dub, if y'all go on that pinochle app, I think that nigga in the top 5. He play that pinochle on that damn app. He can't play worth a fucking person, but nigga on that app, that nigga good as shit. Just like he on the app in chess. You know what I'm saying? I got pictures of us playing chess, homie. I might have a picture when you was kicking over that king. But since you can't come in, you can't deny or agree that I'm telling the truth. Yes, sir, Western Air, Godfather. Which one? 1 or 2? Don't you have to win to pay taxes when you win on big bets? Yeah, you do. At the end of the year, if you claim it, it's depending on where you at. If they get your, if you use your social security number, when you getting that payout, it's automatically going to the IRS. So you'll have to claim that. What you do though is you claim almost the same amount as losses. If you gamble a lot, you're able to claim off losses. So if I win 15 or 2,000, but trying to gain that 2,000, I lost 3,000 of my money, I'm gonna write the 3,000 off, even though I won the 2,000. You might win the 3,000 in the whole year. You might gain. So there's ways to get around making some money in gambling without having to pay. Now, if you winning 100, 200,000, if it's not under the table, yeah, you're gonna pay a nice chunk of change at the end of the year. If you don't allow them to take it off right there, the best thing to do if you win 200,000 anywhere, you let them take their taxes right there, take their money, and you take the rest. If you're gonna be greedy and say, "Fuck it, I'll take the whole 200,000," be expecting at the end of the year, whenever you made it, either to file for it or they're coming to get it sooner or later. What's up with your eyeball? Appreciate you coming in, man. Eyeball Goob, what are your feelings about Godfather 3? Most seem to hate it. I think it's okay. You know, I didn't like 3. The reason why I didn't like 3, okay, let's change. I understand why it had to be the way it was, where somebody died for all the things that Michael Corleone had did. I didn't like how they took out so much of it. if you know the concierge or Tom Duggan, he wasn't in it. He was making another movie, so he didn't want to be in Godfather 3. He didn't want to be in Godfather 2, and he didn't want to be in Godfather 3. That's why he's not in it. They worked around him because Robert Duvall, because he was doing the Vietnam movie that he was doing. But I didn't like how he was changing, that he wanted to buy basically the priesthood. That's what he was basically trying to invest his money into. He was never, he tried to look too far ahead without looking at all the shit he had did in the past. And that's why it started to affect him in at the end. But I may be rambling. I just didn't like it on that aspect. I think that the 1 and 2, because the way 2 was formatted around 1, and they went back to the Godfather's actual beginnings, made that better. So 3, I think, because they took so long to make it or whatever, kind of messed it up. I'm not really sure. I just didn't like it. You got pictures of me kicking your ass in all board games? Yeah, okay. Bet you can't come on here and bring those pictures on. Okay. Yeah, Apocalypse Now. That's where Tim Duggan or whatever he went. I'm saying his name as far as the character in The Godfather, but was it Robert Duvall? If I'm not mistaken, Robert Duvall. Yep, you can claim gambling and hobbies for taxes. Yeah, you can. I've been doing my own taxes for me and the wife. Taxes for over 10 years. And once you start reading about taxes and you become basically an entrepreneur, or where you get to 1099s and things like that. It talks about all the things that you can write off. You can write off, car expenses. You can write off gambling expenses. It basically is if it exceeds your other income, because it's called what do you call it? Damn. I can't think of it. It'll come to me. Everything will come to me sooner or later. But let's go to another. No Joke is a good trilogy. Western Am, No Joke is a good trilogy. It is a good trilogy. I just like 1 and 2 better, so I'll play. But there's a few other gangster flicks that I like. Like I say, I like Once Upon a Time in America. People would have to look at that. I mean, that was a good damn flick. Once Upon a Time in America. Let's see what he say. I about told you the movie Tupac was watching in Juice. That's a classic. What movie was that in Juice? Cowboy? That I don't remember. Aren't you afraid of messing up your taxes and them coming for that ass? Well, see, that's the thing, man. Once you do them for a while, it's not really, if you're on the same pattern, the IRS isn't gonna fuck with you if your pattern of income is coming in at the same rate it was coming in last year. The IRS isn't really gonna fuck with you. If your family is making, say, $30,000 in 2019, 2020 maybe you made $32,000. 2020 maybe you made $33,000. But then you jump up and you made $50,000 or $60,000 or $70,000. There's gonna be a red flag. Or you're trying to write off. It didn't take. They still ain't got to Trump for fraudulating his taxes. They still trying to get him. He know he's screwed once they get him. That's why he effing with. Why? Because the person that was doing them, he knew they were illegally falsifying documents. When I'm doing them, I'm not falsifying documents. I'm going with everything that I have. I'm not trying to exclude not paying any taxes. I'm giving what's right. If I drove my car 400 or 500 miles to do this certain thing, I'm writing that off in my taxes. If I took something to Goodwill and they gave me a slip, I'm writing all that off on my taxes. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do. But if you're not, if you're not good or honest about what you're doing, then you have to worry about. You might be getting a letter with your tax. I've made mistakes on my taxes. Don't get me wrong. And the IRS sent us something, say, hey, well, instead of you getting this back, you made this mistake on your form. You didn't do this, so you're not getting that. We're taking this because you made that mistake. So it's not adjusted income. There you go, skunk dog. Helping a nigga out, man. Helping a nigga out. You adjusted income. Then you have to worry about that. So I don't look at it like I say. I've been doing it for years. If they ever hit us, then skilled. I don't know. I can read. I'll put it that way. It's not hard to read the books once they give you a tax. If you do it on internet now, everything you can look over. If you don't know what you're doing, or you might say they have like a little question mark in a circle. You highlight that, it'll take you to another book that'll give you the whole tax index. Well, you can do this and such and such. So it's just a matter of trusting yourself, and sometimes I guess it's crossing your fingers if you know you're fucking up. Capital gain, yeah. See, but you could be telling me all this there, Jada, if you just go on down there and hit that link. Yeah, man. Mad Dog Carl is a good movie. I don't think I've seen Mad Dog Carl. What's that about, cowboy? Yeah, eyeball. That's what I use. I use every year. I've been using that, I think, for the last 8-9 years. TurboTax, because it gives you everything step by step, and you can do it step by step. If you need to add anything that you made extra during the year or whatever, you can add it in and give you straight steps of how to do it. You know, it was a good movie to me was it was like a British movie. It was like a British movie. That's why I found out about pigs that eat anything. And it was a dude in there had pigs. Boy, he used to throw people in there with the pigs. But it was about gypsies. Anybody know what movie I'm talking about? I cannot get the name of it. Well worth it. Yeah, well worth the 36. And you know what? Eyeball, they'll even check your taxes for you before it even close out. And they'll tell you if you made any errors, and they'll give you they bring up last year's taxes, and you can go off what you did last year. Yeah, eyeball. Brad Pitt was the gypsy boxer, and he tricked everybody at the end. I cannot think of the name of that. Oh man, that's a good movie. Every time it comes on, man, I get a bar of that. I cannot think of it. You don't know the name, eyeball? That dude a dude that was bullied by his dad. His dad called him Mad Dog to tease him, and the name stuck. Vincent Mad Dog Carr. I have to look it up, cowboy. I have to look it up. I have never. I have never seen that. How long has it been out? Exactly. Eyeball. Snatch. Snatch is a cold movie, boy. Man, it has the funny parts. It has this good part, but Brad Pitt played a good ass part in that. And I just happened to luck up one time and seen it. I was like, man, what the fuck is Snatch? Doesn't even make any sense. And once you see it, man, that's a good movie. And the ending is just bizarre as hell. Let's see. Yeah, I think that was one of the. Man, I looked at that a few times. One show that I look at every year that it come on is A Christmas Story. For whatever reason, man, I love that show. When Christmas time come on, I'm definitely gonna look at that show. Yeah, I wouldn't care. Maybe 1950. Yeah, 1950. That's the year the movie was made, or is it about the 1950s? Cowboy. Goonies. Yeah, the Goonies. Hey, when I was young, the Goonies was cool because hey, they was adventurous. Boy, them fools rolling everywhere, and it was funny, especially with the mama and the son that looked like he had in the chair or whatever. Yeah, the Goonies was crazy. What's the trip is dude was talking about kids being out 8 and 9. You know, for us, we used to look at the Little Rascals. Nigga, the Little Rascals never was at home. They was never at home. They was always out adventuring some shit. That's why we wanted to get out and adventure some. You know what I'm saying? Because the Little Rascals, they never stayed at home. Them niggas was doing something every time, even though it wasn't but one nigga. But every kid back then, we didn't seek. I don't know if we saw colors like that too much growing up in Cali. Yeah. The movie came out in 50. Oh yeah, I definitely ain't seen that. That's got to be an old one. Well, it is an old one. I don't know why I say it got to be an old one. 1 second, y'all. They had a work girl and she said, "What's that? What's up? I love my wife. What up with you? We ate the candy butter. Say what? Yeah, we had a white girl on our block. She was cool." Yeah, you know, back in our era, man, I don't think we didn't see colors like they had. You know, I guess because we grew up in California, man, so it was, you know, everybody was it was multicultural. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of essays and Mexicans that I went to school with and grew up in South Pomona. You know, it just when the era changed, and you started seeing there was a division that just separated us. I mean, we still cool with some, but most is is so turned up now, black and Mexican, especially in California, that it's crazy. I know in the penitentiary, even if you had a Mexican friend, once you started going up them levels in the penitentiary, you couldn't associate with them. If you were on level 3, level 4, even they'll let you know, hey, bro, I can't fuck with you. I holler at you, hey, what's up? From a distance, like, hey, what's up? I mean, keep it moving. Because there just wasn't no association. That's saying with Southern SA. Now, you could talk and have a conversation with Northern SAs because blacks and Northerns, it was a difference. But that's another story in itself. I thought it was talking about Snatch. Triple X. No, man. Skunk Dog, you gotta check out Snatch, the movie. No Triple X to it. The shit is just funny. I just tell you that. The shit is funny. I mean, it has a comedy. It has this serious side to it too. But it's crazy. The ending is cold. The way he did. Brad Pitt played a hell of a part. I give him one of his best. For me personally, was Snatch. What? But yeah, man. Brick Top. Hey, OG Classic Jones. Yeah, Brick Top. That's what I'm talking about. Brick Top is the one that had the pigs. And he was like, I'll throw you in these pigs. He started describing, he said, we don't feed the pigs for a month. Pigs will eat through bone like a snap. You know what I'm saying? You throw them in there and they'll eat through bones like, you know, the only thing you got to do is take the teeth out their bowel movement or whatever the fuck, however you say that shit. A person's teeth. He say he don't feed them for a while and throw it up in there. The pig will eat everything. Goob, how was your dress code when you was banging? My dress code? I mean, I've never wore red. Since I can't remember. I never wore red. I wore everything: khakis, Levi's, normal shit, Diodoras, blue and white Diodora, Chuck Taylors. I wasn't a dress up type kind of guy, but you know, I wear some khakis, I wear some jeans, I wear some corduroys. You know what I'm saying? Our day corduroys was the shit. You know what I'm saying? They might have a blue and white Adidas or Diodora or something, sweatsuit. Nigga had some blue and white K-Swiss. K-Swiss was the shit back in the day. Some all white K-Swiss. I mean, it differed. Was I really a person that wore khakis, blue rag, all in my pocket and all that? Nah, I didn't really do that too much. You know what I'm saying? I had my instances of doing it, but I didn't do it too much. I wasn't out there like that, if that's to say the motto. But I have had my times where I've wore it. Let's see, what it feeding people to eat them and shit. Eyeball tours, what you say? My wife was ex-dancer. I learned to dance to say snatch to me and be in excellent shape. Demon, rapper, thief, all snatched their victim. Children snack. Okay, meeting children will snatch something from another. Yeah, you know, like I say, that the movie, for whatever reason, it has some meaning to it. It was just crazy how whoever did the directing they did a hell of a job on the directing. I still rock khaki suits with Cali dress code. Why Cali dress codes changed a lot? Well, it didn't. It only changed for generations. niggas that I'm around or that I grew up with and still kicking it today, they G'd up. Or they wearing, you know what I'm saying, Levi's. Nigga might have a shorts or had a, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know no nigga wearing no too tight, whatever they call them, tight leg jean type shit. Ain't nobody wearing that. I mean, styles change a whole lot. You had a time back in the 80s when it was that mod shit. You see niggas with the high shoes, the high pants. It was called a mod with the black jackets and doing shit. I mean, you had motherfuckers that wore Michael Jackson shit and danced like Michael Jackson. I mean, the styles don't really change. If you wore what you wore when you was growing up, I'm pretty sure you're usually wearing the same type of outfits then. I'm not no slacks or dress shoes type person. I'll wear some fucking shorts and some Jordans with my high top socks. You know what I'm saying? I don't wear them little ass socks. My socks go up to almost, not to my knees, but halfway up my leg or something. I gotta, cover up my ankles and all that shit. But I wear shorts. You know what I'm saying? Levi's or khakis here and there. I mean, our dress code doesn't change. It's if you decide to change. But a lot of people that I know, they wearing the same shit they was wearing when I was fucking with them. The change is with the new generation. They still dress the same, always did, never anything red. Exactly. It's hard to change out of that. My kids today, my family knew from 1980 when I started going to Gary, and I knew what the colors was. The Gary High colors was blue and gold. Already I knew about the color system going through LA and all that. I didn't know how massive it was. I knew that there was a color scheme that you couldn't wear this or you can wear that. Wearing red was not going to be something I could go to school with. I remember my mom had bought me a shirt in my freshman year. My sophomore year, that same shirt was in the closet. My mom was she was OCD before OCD was even a name. My mom would come in because I was the only child, and by the time I got out the bed and went to the bathroom to brush my teeth, by the time I got back in that room, my bed was made up, everything. Like, Mom, I was going to lay there. No, you're not. You going to get outside and do something, boy. You ain't finna go lay back in there like that. So it was nothing I could leave in my room because my mom had all access to my room. She can go in my drawers when she would, because she did all the washing. She bought all my clothes, so she could do whatever she wanted to. So she bought me this red shirt that set the next year. We go and she say, I'm getting you some new clothes for the next year. She's like, but you still have this shirt with the tag on it. I said, Mom, you can take that shirt back. I'll never wear that. What do you mean? I paid good money for this shirt. Mom, I'm not going outside with that red shirt on. I'm not going through that. She didn't understand what I was talking about. I understood I would have to defy my mama at this point in time that I'm not wearing that shirt outside of the house to go anywhere in my neighborhood. That's just something that you have to add on. And I remember at the point I started working for Coca-Cola out here in Arizona. And Coca-Cola used to give, their colors is red. So what they told the employees, well, we giving out red, they was handing out red Coca-Cola shirts. I say, so we have to wear these? Well, yeah, you're going to have to wear it. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I don't know how to wash. I'm just going to let you know that. I don't know how to wash. So what I did is I went home and bleached the shit out of my clothes and came back. I remember it was pink, like, hey, no, I don't know how to wash. I'm not going to wear that. I don't like the colors. So I never at Coca-Cola had to wear a red shirt because I didn't know how to wash. And they had to accept that because every time you give me a shirt, I'm going to bleach it. I'm gonna bleach it. I'm not finna wear no. I wouldn't give a damn what Coca-Cola was. You could have sent me over to Pepsi. I like their colors better. But since you gave me a job, I'll roll with it. I just ain't wearing your colors. Eyeball Torres, you say, Goob, a lot of XG cons have strict boundaries, respect around their bodies and personal life, which most civilians don't see. Understand and respect. Have you dealt with this over time, and how? You know, eyeball, once you get to a certain look, unless you willing to step out of what you used to be, you're gonna always be in that life. You're gonna always fall back into that lifestyle, right? So protecting the bodies and their personal lives is transitioning from protecting your homies in your hood. Now you don't want to go like me. I don't want to go. I'll tell a motherfucker in a minute. I'm scared to go back to the penitentiary. I don't want to lose my life and die in the penitentiary. Yeah, that's not what the fuck. So yeah, nigga, I'm scared to go back to the penitentiary. However, don't take that as a sign of I'm scared to kill your ass, or I'm scared to do something to you to protect what's mine. That's not it. I don't want to go unless I have to. See, in other words, I don't want to go back to jail because I can't do the time. I can't sit in the cell. I can't. My mind is not focused. I've been out for 20-something years. Nigga, I know how it is for a motherfucker to have life. I'm pretty sure it's niggas might see me on this nigga that's still in the penitentiary to this day. I understand and they get it. That's where they messed up. I happen to be lucky. I got out. Now, okay, I don't want to go back to the penitentiary for doing some dumb shit because I can't do the time. If I'm in there over some dumb shit, damn, I did this dumb shit. I was having a good time. Now I'm working for $1 an hour. Fuck, I could have been out that motherfucker making $20 just sitting on my ass doing nothing. Oh fuck, I can't do nothing. I can't go to the store. I can't live that life. However, fuck with somebody in my family. My wife, my kids, everything that I'm establishing right here. Oh yeah, I'll kill your ass and sleep good in the motherfucker. I'll sleep good. Because I know I did that for a purpose. And that's what most of us practice now. This is what a lot of us look at now. What we looking for is to stay out. I'm looking for 100% to stay out if I can. Avoiding all BS to put me back in there. However, if you're going to push the line, I mean, fuck. That's where I don't understand some of the beef that be on internet. Are you really willing to lose all what you got now? Because a person says something? Are you really? Because you can't disrespect and disrespect and disrespect, Tommy. The world is small. If anybody has never told you, man, the world is small. You can run into anybody at any time or any place. Then there's only two choices, correct? Either you gonna back down or he gonna back down, or neither one of y'all backing down. So then when neither one of y'all backing down, it's on who getting off first. Because everybody can't say, I get off first if you never see it coming. If you never expecting that because you're not fully hearted into doing that. But I hope that's what you were looking for, eyeball. I don't know how much to, because that was just something that was thrown out to me. So I don't know if I answered that correctly or in the fashion of it. But yeah, a lot of us do protect more than what we have. If you've been doing, you've lost a lot or been through a lot of situations. Now, some people not going to learn. Some people, you're invincible. Everybody believes that they're invincible to some point, man. Eventually, people got to stop thinking that they're invincible. or you going, nobody, listen, everybody can say, I'm not scared to die. You don't know. You don't know what happens after you get taken off this earth. You don't know what the next step is. When people say to me, well, he's going to heaven, how you know? How you know? Oh, he's going to hell. How you know? See, first of all, maybe there's a lot of people that say, yeah, I seen him. He came back from heaven. He said, boy, that was a glorious light to get to heaven. Right? I ain't never heard of a motherfucker coming from hell and saying, shit, nigga, don't want to go there, nigga. It's hot as a motherfucker down there. Just ain't never heard it. Now, if a motherfucker come to my face right now and say, nigga, it's hot in the motherfucker down there. Oh, okay. I haven't seen either one. I only go off what people say. Oh, somebody came down for me, but you never hear a person saying they coming up. But if there's an up and a down, then that would make Australia our hell and Australians' hell our heaven. Right? Or their heaven. I'm just Goob. What was the first KM video interview you watched? Nugget, my favorite, got me hooked. The first one I watched was Doc. I hadn't seen none of his videos, and I seen Doc. And here's what's crazy that got me kind of hooked, and I started looking at him a lot. It's because Doc was in the 60s. Like 60, I think he was saying 69 or something like that. But he told a story that he had went to a party, and he had got shot in the party. Well, at the time, my step-pop's grandmother was staying on 49th in San Pedro. Bullshit you not, this is true as fuck. So, across the street, I had a buddy named Mark. Mark had the same last name as me. We used to always clown about that, But on 49th and San Pedro, I used to walk out of her off to her porch, and I can look at the tennis courts of South Park. So we used to always hang. We started playing basketball for the park. It was a police league at the park. It was a nigga named Mo and a nigga named Black that I was coaches. I'm not sure if they was from Five Trade or they was from, I believe they was from Five Trade Avalon. I'm not sure because they stayed on, Mo stayed on 48th or 47th in Avalon, in some like duplexes or apartments right there on 47th. They was our coaches. But anyway, one Saturday night, Mark and his buddy that stayed on 49 Back Street, I think it was Gary was his name. Anyway, we went to a party over on 60, I think it was 67th and between Avalon, and because I wasn't too familiar there, I'm just going to say Avalon and Central. But I think it was a street that was in the middle of Avalon and Central. I can't think of the name of the street. I'm not really from there. I was just fucking with them when we went to a party. And we got to the party, and it was shooting at the party. The same, like, 80s type time that he was talking about. So it just brought back memories like, damn, I was over there in that area. And it was crazy. So then I started getting onto his video. And I started looking at more. And I started understanding where he was going with it. With the history of gangbanging. Because a lot of people don't know how it originated, how it started. I didn't know how it originated or it started. I learned a lot of game off his video of learning how it started. What's so crazy is that I stayed in a lot of areas that he talked about. I had a grandmother on my sister's side, which was my sister's daddy's mom. She stayed on 58th Overhill and Slauson. So the next street over from Overhill and Slauson, whoever knows what that is, it's a cross street. But if you're going south, the next street was, I think, 57th or 50. I don't remember, 54th it might have been. Her house was right there on the corner. Right, that's why I said one time that I used to hate going over there and playing because the shit, it was nothing but hills. So if you throw the fucking, you could be playing in the yard, but if the ball passes somebody, you had to walk 10 minutes down the hill to go get the ball. I hated that shit with a passion. So I stayed in a lot of areas that he was talking about. Another crazy one was, like I said, he just brought up this one with Gear Gang, and they were talking about Smiley. And like I said, in 72, from 72 to 74, I stayed on Smiley and Hauser. Like 3-4 houses from the corner. I'll never forget that. That was the first house I can ever remember of. What's up, Kaz Brown? Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, he was from 6'9" East Coast. But the party, you know what I'm saying, that he was talking about, that he got shot outside, I remember we was at a party so much similar in the same damn area. My buddy Mark, how we got out the party is that he threw a chair through the back window. And we jumped out and jumped into the alley. And they was telling us like a couple people had got shot outside and all. And like I say, when Lil Doc was telling me that whole story, that shit just, you know what I'm saying, like, damn, I was in that era. I wonder if, you start thinking like, I wonder if, I didn't know. So that was one of the first videos. Well, it was the first video that I looked at, and then I started looking at more and more, and then I ended up on his channel, on his lives. You know what I'm saying? And I was getting that history. Like I say, I can't touch what he does. You know what I'm saying? Because I came and was fucking with it, I can't do the same thing that he did. I can only talk about Pomona when it comes to that aspect. I can talk about LA and all the places I've been around it. I'm going to ER StreamYard. It's so much that how much I lived in LA in so many different areas for all my life. Even when I got to Pomona, I was catching the bus, the 480. I caught the 480, the 482, the 484, and the 486. They all leave out of Pomona and go to LA. I knew each one of those routes. I knew which one took longer. 480 was the quickest. 482 was the second quickest. 484 was the third quickest. And 486 will take you 2 hours to get to Pomona from LA. I knew each one of them. But if I missed one, fuck it, I knew how to get to another one to get out. And they all rolled down Mission or Hope. No, man. My other nigga 40. Everybody having a problem, and I told them to hit me up before I came on. I'd show them how to get on. But yeah, them noise party was cool. Always something popping on. It was crazy. I remember one time I was in me and Mark, the same dude, was at that party. We was at they had South Park used to have parties in the park right by there, between the bathrooms where everybody used to gamble, in the pool area, on the back side between closer to Avalon from San Pedro. But they used to have parties in the park all the time. We was in the park. We went to this party one time. So it's me. It's all the people that's on the basketball team. So it's 6 of us. So me, Mark, Kenneth. What's Kenneth's brother name? I'm not good with names, man. I am not good with names. But you have to understand, this is like 40 years ago, you know, so it's kind of hard. But we were in the park, and we're standing on the wall. Matter of fact, we had Mo and Black, because like I say, we was on the basketball team. We had them go to the store, the liquor store that's on 51st and Avalon. So we had them go to the store and get us 2 quarts of Old English. So we sitting in the park, we go to the little bench, we drinking, you know what I'm saying? We waiting for the party to get cracking in South Park. So after we drink our little 40, we go right by the bathroom. So it's 4 girls standing next to us. They're older though. We youngsters, and I think one of them brother or something was from 5 Trey, might have been. I'm not sure, but I know afterwards, boy, she was going off. So anyway, this one dude, he asking the girls to dance. The music come on, the party is cracking. There's a few people in the park. We sitting there, you know, chilling. Dude walk up. He walks to the girls. He say, "You want to dance?" First one say, "Nah." Goes to the second one. "You want to dance?" "Nah." Now we looking at him doing it. "You want to dance?" "Nah." This is the fourth. "You want to dance?" "Nah." You can see the nigga turn around like, "Man, fuck this shit, man. Nobody dancing. Ain't nobody doing nothing." All of us, you know, we youngsters. We, you know what I'm saying, 9th grade. We just looking at him. And so, dude say, "Fuck that. I'ma ask you motherfuckers one more time. If you motherfuckers don't say yeah, I'ma shoot your ass." So, you know, we all look at each other like, I know this dude didn't say that. So he go to the first girl, "You want to dance?" "No." Second girl again, "You want to dance?" "No." Third girl, "You want to dance?" "No." Gets to the fourth girl, "You don't want to dance?" "No." Pulls out the fucking gun and shoots her. Bah! Nigga, we took the fuck off. Pew! All of us. So 3 of the niggas stayed up San Pedro, like in the 50s and the 60s, something. I don't remember which one. Me and Mark stayed right across the street. Kenny, he stayed on 49th Back Street. So, nigga, we scattered. Ooh, everybody went to the house. We shook like, damn, he shot that. Ooh. We come out the next day because it's the summertime. I was going to school in Pomona, but we were staying at my grandmother's house on 49th Street. So I come back out the next day. We discussing it. While we in the back, we go to the back through the area where they shooting dice, which is the bathrooms at South Park. We go through there. We get right back to the area because we want to see if it's blood or anything on the ground, because we didn't stay to see what happened. You know what I'm saying? So we don't see nothing. You know, a couple trinkets, a little red. We didn't see. All of a sudden, old girl come walking across the motherfucking park from the pool area, and she stayed on. What's so happy? She stayed on the houses that are facing the park. If anybody knows about South Park, they have 49th Back Street where houses are, and on the front part that faces the park is houses there too. And she stayed in one of those houses, but she come across Kenneth. He's the one that knew her. Like, oh, that's such and such sister. Oh, that nigga's in trouble. She come walking with a crutch. Yeah, girl. And she is going the fuck off. And that shit was just shocking as hell to us. That a motherfucker shoot somebody over not dance. But yeah, 40 years ago, did you have a curl? Yes, sir. I had a curl. I had a perm. Shit. I had everything. The curls was the shit back then. You know what I'm saying? I just knew not to use that good Fred oil. And that shit will turn your shit orange. Yellow, orange. You know. Yeah, Crystal Brim, I done did 2 hours on here. Hey, I got in the groove tonight. Should I say that? Oh, fuck it, I already said it. Yeah, I got in the rhythm. You know what I'm saying? The groove is for what's his name? God damn, I can't remember nothing today. Our Clippers fan. Keith Claus. There we go. God damn it, I got it out of my. That's Keith Claus. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was a crazy one, man. I had never seen somebody get shot at a park, but yeah, it's been fun, y'all. 2 hours, 21 minutes, man. I appreciate everybody for stopping in. Goob, that was in response to the bus ride. Yeah. Oh, okay. The 2 hours, well, it always took an hour anyway to get from LA on the 480. The 480 was the quickest. It was the fast route to Pomona from LA. It took an hour. But you know, I appreciate everybody coming in, man. I hope y'all hit the like button. And check me out the next time I'm on here. Like I said, you might see some religion shit. You might see some UFO shit. You might see anything out of me, man. Jack of all trades, master of none. Y'all take it easy. For the homies that couldn't make it in here, man, we'll try this shit again next time. Peace out.